All right. We are live. Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Fix an LMT Axle Take 2. So I went out to run my LMT today, and let's just say I got about 3 minutes before I snapped this axle casing, which is insane because I beat the other one up. That was the one that was on my, it was on my original Gravedigger, which was one that I'd had for about 2 months, and we were just beating up on it. And for some reason, this one did not last nearly as long. So, gonna be having to replace it again. All that work, and it's time to do it again. How's it going, Bulldog RC? So I figured I'd just go live again and fix it. So I do have video footage to show you guys of this. Part of me is thinking, though, what I'll probably do is replace this one because it's already off, and then I'll just swap it at the very end. I think that's the easiest thing. That way I don't have this on the desk to deal with right now. We'll just take this was the original Son of a Digger one that Matthew Hall drove and put a good crack in right here and then underneath this. And then I took it out after gluing it, hoping that it would hold up, and I got about 5 minutes before I broke it off of just a normal jump, but it was already pretty cracked from when he'd run it. So we'll go ahead. We don't hide stuff here. We told you guys that. Stuff happens, we tell you about it. It's the best way to be about it. So, Sean Gaming, yeah, you can make whatever decisions you want. I still have them on order, and I'm keeping them on order. It is the most fun, most awesome RC truck I've had in a long, well, maybe ever. They're just wicked cool. So, these, I have them backwards. There we go. I'm trying to find which axle housing to use. I have a couple of used ones here that were used in product development. So I'm going to slap one of these on because you can't get these yet. I do have them on order, and I will also have the casings from the supports from Freestyle RC that I will be putting on. So let's see, which one of these? Gonna be doing Freestyle again. It was really cold out there today, and I was freestyling it. This one is in really good condition. It is dirtier. This one has a little broken piece of here, but I could actually take that off the good one over there. Mix and match some pieces here. All right, lots of people in here. So here, let me show you guys what I've got set up and what I did today and what kind of caused this. And I'll let you guys watch this really quick. All right, guys, before I go and destroy all this, this is the layout for the Sleigh Smash Freestyle Challenge over on Instagram by RC Amigos. I made some ramps for this out of wood, as well as the ones that we have out of dirt. This is like Buddy the Elf fixing the sleigh. Over here, we've got a 8-pack style backflip ramp. We've got the, that there's an RV crush car, and then we've got the yellow ones, Don't Stop Buddy, over here on those crushed cars. So this is it. This is the little playground I've created. We'll see how it does. All right, looks like that video is done. So this is what I was running on today. is this little track that I'd made. I pull up in the cold what happened so you guys can see exactly what happened. All right, I think you're all ready for this. Super realistic, if you ask me. It looked straight out of Monster Jam. Bring it back one more time for you to see that impact. All of the weight of it right there. You just see, it's one of those, just the wrong angle, the wrong momentum, and it just collapsed. So that is why I'm repairing it. What's crazy is the last axle I have thousands and thousands of backflips on. And this one I got about 5. And then I did that. So these should be available January 8th. See you, Sean Gaming. NorCal, I put this one on last night. It was brand new. So, it did not last long. It should have lasted longer. Man, gotta get that throat. But, just a weird hit. It happens. It happens. It happens. It's unfortunate when it does, but I'm not going to let it get me down because there's no reason to. But it does mean that I get to take apart another one of these, which is pretty awesome. I did find a 1.5 millimeter bit, so it should go faster. RC Patina Guy, I'm fixing the brand new axle that I put on the RC LMT last night. I had a misfortunate landing, unfortunate landing that was its demise. But again, I'm not going to hide it. It's not worth hiding stuff. Stuff breaks. I know that Freestyle RC is working on a brace that'll help make that a little more rigid. I honestly think they're pretty tough, though, regardless of what happened, based on my previous experience with them and the amount of backflips I have done and the amount of weird landings I've done and the amount of times I thought I broke the axle before. So I cannot see in there. Why isn't this coming out? But yeah, unfortunate, but stuff happens. Thanks, Jane K. I like this room a lot. My Jeff Makovich, my wrist is sore. I did find a 1.5 millimeter though. I was having a little bit of a struggle because some dirt was wedged in there and I couldn't get it out. And it wasn't starting for me, so I'm going to start them all with this and then switch over. That one I already got. So let's get it started and then switch over. But yeah, so it's the RC Amigos Fest or a Sleigh Smash that I'm working on stuff for, and it's due by Friday. And we have rain over the weekend, and I couldn't do it. And then we had rain Monday, so stuff's wet out there. And then it's just cold. I don't have much choice. If I want to compete in it, I have to get runs. So right now that means I have to run it in the cold, which is less than ideal for sure. NorCal RC Monster Truck saying finally got to see it in person. That's cool. I saw that you guys had one there. That's awesome. And definitely stout and heavy truck. Yes, it's a very heavy truck. And so the way that weight all landed on it. The weight of it, though, I think is what makes the suspension work so good for an on-axle setup. But it's also and what I think makes it so balanced to drive and jump and all that. So, but all that, you know, there's some downsides to that at times. I actually just absolutely love this whole setup. I'm going to try this 1.5. This one is an Integy, and it's not biting at all with any of these. This one may not either. There we go. That was fast. This was the killer part last night, was trying to get these out without a drill. Two of them are coming out with this. The sizing seems weird. This ball end one gets any of them, but I don't know if these tips around it or what. Bulldog says you ordered the Robinson Racing spur gear. Yep, that's the one. That's one I would get. Robinson Racing stuff's awesome. There were some Hot Racing ones, but I think that they are sold out. And I haven't seen Hot Racing doing a whole lot of stuff recently, honestly. This better not be stripped in here. Just the way the dirt collects in here. Well, the noob learned the Spectrum 3S now has no cells due to breaking the balance lead. Ouch. Can you not charge it without connecting the balance lead? That's what I would do. Just tell it what it is. You won't be able to balance charge it, but you can still charge it. Should be able to. All right, so that's good. That was way faster. Hallelujah. That was murder last night. So brutal having to do all that by hand. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey now. Sean Gaming wishes there were 70-75 axles for this. You know, if somebody came out with scale-looking ones like this that took all these internals, that would not be a bad thing. Somebody get on it. Just make it just different enough. All right, I'm just gonna start swapping a few things over here. This axle should go a lot faster. Hey, Lucre is in the house. Yeah, J&K, you can charge them without the balance lead. It sucks to do it that way, but you can. If you know somebody knowledgeable, they can also repair a balance lead if they're daring. I am not daring enough, but the Tank RC is daring enough. Ooh, slippy, slippy. slippy on that one. Let's get our red Vanquish and just do that one. I love the color coding of the Vanquish ones. You know right what to grab for. The 2 mil is red, not 2 millimeter. The 2 mil. Somebody was telling me that I could just say 2 mil, and I agree with them. And a lot of times I do, but I do a lot of times spell things out all the way because people get on me for saying mAh instead of milliamp hour all the time, like I'm dumb and don't know what it actually is when I call it mAh. But whatever. Oh, it's already repaired? Well, your cell checker won't show it because the cell is red based off of the balance lead, but it doesn't mean that you can't charge it or that the cells are dead. It just means it can't read them without that information coming through that balance lead, I think. RC Show Off asks, are hobby shops carrying the Axial housing, or are you stocked up on them? Well, I'm in low. I have some friends at Losi that sent me an Axial casing when I told them I broke mine, and they watched, I think, the videos that we were making, and they sent me a couple extras. These are used ones, but I'm still very grateful to have them because there are none available, and they won't be until the item ships. And usually that means until after the item ships. A lot of times the spare parts aren't there at the exact same time as the product. So I am lucky. I would treat yours much more differently than I'm treating mine. Mine is non-stop carnage. But I know you're going to, so just order an extra axle case. They're not cheap though. That is the one thing. So like to put this new one on and then break it, like that was a $37 mistake. That's how much the housings cost. So not one you want to make very regularly. Is this better, RC Master? I was talking a little bit loud. That could be it. But I also was pushing the gain a little bit on the software because it looked like it was low on StreamYard. Tell me if that's better, if it stopped peaking. Hey, Chris Ferguson, what's going on? Deontay. Oh, J.O.'s in the house. What's up? J-O-R-C. Oh, boy. Harley Designs. How much duct tape is involved in tonight's repair? I don't have any duct tape. I've used glue, but I'm using a spare part from Chris Higa that was sent to me because they sent me a brand new one and I proceeded to break it in about, well, if you missed it, I still got it loaded right here. You can see it again in all of its $40 wasted 3-minute usage glory. I will say that I proceeded to drive this for another little bit after breaking it. I just went for it. I was trying to finish my run. If I could have finished it with a broken axle, I think I could have won the whole competition. But yeah, you don't want to, any of the axles, whether it's the AR60. I remember when I first got that Yeti, the 10 scale Axial Yeti, and I broke 4 axles, and I bent the drive shaft too. It was like, it was such an expensive fix every time I drove that. It was not even a fix. It was an expensive undertaking every time I drove that car because I broke something. All right, so I'm taking this used, dirty casing here. Had a little bit of a chip out right there, but I'm okay with that. Well, I want to turn his off. There it goes. I actually missed the Harley Design live stream tonight. I usually try to settle in and watch him on my Wednesday evenings as I'm working on stuff. But I went to the track last night tonight because I didn't go last night when I was trying to fix this so I could get that freestyle run done. Yeah, so I went to the track, which was cool because one of the owners there, Barry, I was mentioning that I needed to get a bag because I look like an idiot carrying all my stuff in multiple trips and just, yeah, looking like a goon. And with my little orange, you guys saw it, that orange, use my Vanquish tool. I don't think Harley's still in here, but if he is, there you go. Little bit of Vanquish product placement in the video. Paid full price for them, in case anybody's wondering, and I'm happy to. Keeps Harley employed. It's a good thing. Keeps bringing us awesome videos and very interesting stuff too with their PC build. Cody, I did do this yesterday, about the same time, same channel. And I proceeded to break it today very, very quickly. Cold weather, bad driving equals broken axle. I think that's how it's mathematically done. All right. Black market, he just doesn't like it. Josh Rhodes, yeah, again. Do I have to show the video again? It's getting depressing. I had a cold weather day and lack of driving abilities. Lots of things all coupled together to destroy an axle. I mean, like less than 3 minutes of use on this thing. And this isn't even the one. The one that I actually did it to is way worse looking. Remember how this was too tight when I pushed it in all the way last time? So we're going to wait. So, chainsaw saying, time to build an axle truss. I can't, I don't have time. I have to beat these guys at the RC Sleigh Smash. Big America's gonna sweep the house again. I've got the only LMT in it. I have a chance to bring down Big America. It's not a very good chance. And the second that he gets one of these, we're all done. We'll just have to like forget to invite him to the competitions. Oh, dude, we totally forgot. Sorry, next time. I think he lives in California. We should just give him a deduction for that. That alone should be like negative points. So what exactly am I breaking? Well, so it is a repeatable thing, so I will say that. They always seem to break right here at this edge. Is this yesterday's? This is the other one. Where's the other half of this one? Oh, here. So it's pretty typical spot, like right there, which is kind of where the AR61 breaks. There is a little bit of flex point there, which I've mentioned because of what happens to these. You can see it kind of chips away a little bit on this outer edge here. You can't see that because the camera won't there. You can see it's kind of breaking away right there. That whole piece is kind of flipping up and bent out of it. It should be a straight line there. And I think that's from it being here. And I think that there's a little flex. And when it flexes, well, you can see it's really broken out on this side of it. I think that these push in and kind of break that. So I think when they make those supports that Freestyle RC is making, as strong as I think these are, there's definitely that flex point right here at this little, where they all meet. And I think that'll stiffen them up so that you'll get less of that. And you won't get also, when you see, so this one's broken way over here. I don't even know why. I guess that's tied to, oh yeah, where you still have your links mounting going in. Here on the bottom you have screws for the links, like here and here. Your lower links mount right there, and that is where it cracked, is right where those two screws are. So I don't know if they pulled on it with something with the links, or the links pushed on it hard and cracked it, or what, but that's definitely what that break is. Siri's over here trying to talk to me. Wayne Chapman, that's awesome. Bulldog, yeah, no, the Cali was just a joke. I was trying to find a reason to dock him points because he always he's so good at freestyle. I don't know why, I just thought I'd say, well, maybe because he's from Cali, we should dock him points. Just being a jerk, basically. That's all there is to it. So I do have one more casing left. This is maybe the last casing in the real world for an LMT that's kind of a spare. I don't know. They do look good though. They look very, a lot of people were saying how they look like toys, but they actually look realistic that way. So yeah. Anyway. So now we got to do what I messed up last time, which also added time, is we need to make sure that when we put this on, a couple of things. This is the plus, yeah, so that's backward. You can see how it's cutting back. That'd be going toward the back. We want that toe to be going in. So I got to flip this around. And we'll show you what it should look like. Because when you get on throttle, it's gonna, your wheels are gonna kind of pull back a little. And so they have a little bit of toe added to them. Oh shoot, that's still the wrong way. So go forward, should be right here. There, come on, there we go. So now it goes forward. You can see that the wheel will be kind of turned in a little bit. They have a 0 degree one, but that's not what I've chosen. It works so well with the way it is stock, so we're not gonna mess. We ain't gonna mess. Not gonna mess with a good thing. The plastic's a little thin. I think it could be thicker. But I don't know if that would be make it any more rigid, honestly. There could be more bracing, I think, in it. Because the axles See that? Why doesn't that work? It's not stripped out, but it won't. This 1.5 doesn't work for it. It's a good question. I'll show you one in a second here that's opened up, and if you've seen the axles, there's a lot of room it seems like there could be more bracing around it, but I could be wrong. I haven't seen how it moves internally like X-ray vision or the drawings. So it looks like I'm going to be wrenching again. That sucks. Some of these screws don't work. So anyway, the inside of these, and look, I put the top on this one, but I'm building the other axle. Yay! But it just seems like there's all this room in here that there could be a little bit more supports, because the axle's riding out here, kind of like this in the middle. So it seems like there could be supports that kind of went from here to here, here to there, but I don't know. I'm not a designer. Did I miss the other questions? What's going on, Riff Raffs? Your BRD is coming from Cali, Black Market RC. All right, all right. I ticked off some people in Cali. Maybe NorCal's mad at me too. I say it in good fun. We're East Coasters, so you guys have waves and we're jealous. What toolkit is this? All right, so I've got multiple tools in here in this toolkit we can talk about. I've tried about every tool under the sun. Now I've got backup toolkits because of it, which is all right. I actually don't want to be using this one. I should switch. Gonna do it. Gonna do the switch. This one has the bearing on the end. All right. So the tools in this toolkit are as follows. MIP, these are ball ends on them. So you can kind of go at things from an angle and it'll still bite. They work great. These are Dubro. I hate this kit, but these are really big ones and they're ball end. And it's an extra one to just have on hand. This is a 4 mil, so I keep it in here. Probably don't need to duplicate it with this 3 mil. I think I bought this 3 mil. I think the kit was a 1.52, 2.5, and I think I bought this one in Connecticut or Delaware on the way to Connecticut, and then added it. Could be wrong. Maybe I bought them all on the way. I think I did. These are the box ones. They're from like Amazon. They actually aren't bad. So they're narrow, and so they'd get into the monster truck tires and be able to get it. The only problem is that they're not very deep. And so if you have a long coming out, you can't reach the nut with it. These are awesome. These are ProTech, and these are very deep ones. It goes all the way in through here, so you can really get it on and get stuff. Get at the nut. So yeah, those are the tools. I have MIP 1/4 inch. I lost the 1.5. I ordered another one today. I keep a few little extra things in here. These are my Intigi ones, 3, 2.5, 2s on these. Sometimes these work better than the ball ones for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just like screws have different heads on them, and some of them work on one and not another. So I kind of keep a mixture, and I just kind of shove them into here and hope that they stay in place. This is a .05 from Team Associated, And this is useful for SCX 24s. It's amazing. And then, but the real good ones that I have are these Vanquish ones that have a bearing on the back. Really long shaft to it, and yeah, works great. So that's what I have in here. All right, where was I? So I do have to remove this top that I put on accidentally onto here. Having 2.2s that'll fit the LMT Agent Sneak work. Yeah, you just have to have a 2mm, or not 2, a 12mm hex on it. And I just don't. Hey, Jeremy Smith, what's up? Just breaking axles, man. Just breaking axles. The ones that I broke at, I replaced the one that I broke at the No Limit race, and so I fixed it last night and then proceeded to break it in about 3 minutes. So I'm wrenching again, which is not what I want to be doing. I would pay somebody money, good money, to make these out of billet. I would do it. I mean, we pay $400 for the housings. What I'd like to see is the Freestyle RC ones upgraded to take these internals, since it's getting so hard to find the Traxxas stuff. So if you could make it to house these diffs and everything, they're fantastic. All of these parts are fantastic from Losi. And they've taken an absolute beating. But if we could get a billet, like you're saying, V2 vids, Mr. Vodders is saying, that would be perfect. But until that day, here I am. Here I sit, fixing the mess I've made. I think I need to write a punk song about that. Oh no, more California stuff. I think that at least. Oh no, he's going to Canada. Are you making fun of Canada now? We don't make fun of our friends to the north. Jeremy Smith says, what else is new? Hey, I like to break things. I can't have nice things. However, I put down a pretty decent first run that my GoPro refused to record. I hit record on my GoPro, put it down at ground level to get that epic angle. I put my iPhone on the controller as well, but up higher, so that I could record audio, but also so that I could see the time. So I'd hit record on it and it'd give me an idea of how far into the run I was. I don't like to use a timer. Why not just film it and watch the time on the camera? And so I did that. And luckily I did that because the GoPro stopped recording after being on for 10 seconds. So that's cool. Did that to me all day. I love GoPros, really do. As a filmmaker, I think they're one of the coolest things ever made when somebody else is using them and monitoring them and making sure they're working at all hours. Yes, that one worked. Yeah, Jeremy Smith. Cody was there. Cody Vandenberg was there when I took that rock bouncer through the mud. He knows how bad it is. Jeremy's got it, and the bearings are seized. The bearings are seized up. It's looking like a piece. But Jeremy cleaned it all out. I got new bearings. I got to get to him though. Jeremy also built my my buggy I've been running for me. That thing has been amazing fun. I actually was up there tonight. Story I didn't finish earlier was that Barry Schimmel gave me a little carry bag for my car so it didn't look like such a tool the way I was carrying it all. With my multiple baggies. So I can see now, it's very obvious which way kicks it forward. And this is it. These aren't too bad to work on. There's a little bit of process with these extra screws here, having to do that. A little bit of a pain. I'll tilt this up a little. There we go. All right, I didn't mean to get everybody going about politics. This is RC. We don't need to deal in politics. Let the politicians do the politicking. We'll have the fun. Man, that's locked up, whatever that is. Why is that locked up? What did I do? That is not hitting something. There we go. There's probably a better way to do this. Probably not putting the centerpiece in yet so I can make sure that everything's lined up right. That's probably the better way to do it. Anybody see Whistling Diesel where he destroyed the Monster Max? Holy crap. And then continued to. It's like he had an RC car, the way he just kept going even though he just was breaking it. It was insanity. Big America's here. Oh, cool. Saved it on your phone. That's good, man. I haven't had too many corrupt file issues with it. I just have issues with it staying on. I love the quality of GoPro footage. But I've had, since the first one came out, I had all of them up through 4, and every time I regretted buying another one. And then the 7 came out, and it had that magic in it, that stabilizer, some kind of sorcery. And yeah, that one kind of, it got me, but then you get like that little hiccup footage as it gets dusk. If you're not paying attention and you don't turn off stabilization, it gets all jumpy. That wasn't a fun discovery. And then, you know, batteries are always dead when you go to use it. For some reason, it turns on and it's been recording for an hour on your desk. And nobody's touched it. It's just sitting there. Cody asked, am I going to get the rock bouncer back for Axial Fest? I hope so. Just needed the whole transmission to be redone with the all new bearings. And then now the axles need all new bearings. Yeah, there's a lot of people that gripe about them. I know even, who's the magician guy that everybody follows? A Canadian guy, filmmaker, really big on YouTube. Really good stuff. Really talented filmmaker. Everybody knows who he is. I'm just blanking on his name at the moment. And he says, even with his latest review of the new one, saying, you know, we haven't always gotten along. He's had some bad luck too. But is what it is. They're still kind of the best at what they do. And, you know, you watch Discovery and them, they've got teams that just operate the GoPros, and they have them all over the place. And if I could monitor it, but I'm putting it down at the ground level and I'm not paying attention, and I'll do like a bunch of runs and not check on it and just expect it to be filming like it should be, and it's been a problem continually. Peter McCormick, Peter McKinnon. So yeah. I think they all have, this one doesn't have a screw in it. Haha, here it is. So yeah. RC Show Off says his GoPro 7 always freezes, asks for it. Yeah, they're just weird. But when they work so much better than my iPhone footage. It's just cleaner. JMRCs, I didn't put anything together wrong. I broke it. Just good old-fashioned broke it. Riff Raff's asking which one is the best. They all have their quirks. You'll get, and a lot of times I think it is memory card driven, but I just formatted it. It's always worked with it, and I just used it and it worked great this weekend. And then today, it just won't record for whatever. All right, I'm back. GoPro gods got pissed off. Kicked us out. All right, so how is it that all the screws were there when I took it apart? And again, I've lost another one, and I've lost this piece again. Or no, I stole that piece yesterday. That's what happened. I stole 2 screws. That's why. Good old thievery. has come back to haunt me today. Let's see what pieces I can keep. I'm going to salvage whatever ones I can for future needs. All these are still good. Still good. Commercial break didn't work how I hoped. It did not. This piece is pretty broken. I'll get rid of it. Still good. Still goodish. Good enough. These pieces seem to do all right. Outer arms. Let's hang on to them. Throw all this stuff away. Actually, they might want me to take some photos of it and send them. I'll save it. The cow RC Matt ate them. Oh, here's another good piece. Keep that too. All right, so now we just got to do the real replacement, which is of this brand new one. This is the one that's clean break right along where that centerpiece is, which is completely perfect still. It's just this back part of the housing. So I just don't get what happened there. Take a few pictures. It does look like maybe just a... It's a little bit rough. I don't know if it's because of the cold that snapped that way. I'll send him a photo of it. Let them decide if there's anything weird about it. All right, back to tearing stuff apart. 8mm ProTech, my favorite new tools right here. Game changing. One of the cool things about these ProTechs is that they have all these holes in them here. And so if you get one that's really hard and you can't really twist it, you just take another wrench and you just stick it through here and it gives you this leverage to twist on. This is not a good example, it's not long enough. But you take a longer one of them here, like this, and you can really torque on it. It's awesome. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was pretty cold today. Jeremy saw how cold it was. Again, I've done that exact same crash that I've shown you guys now. We'll show it one more time here. I've done this crash multiple times and not had it break like this. So it is an oddity to me. JMRCs, I've not found the 1.5s. I found a different 1.5 that I can use. Come on now, internet, don't die. My computer's being funky. There we go. You'll see it here. Crack. Right down on it. So that's what did it. Hard to blame it when you crash or you land on something like that. I need to find my other 2mm. That's MIP one's already sounding pretty rounded out. And it's the round one, so it's really rounded out. tools are on the wrong side for me. Stupid computers where I need my tool bag to be. Right here, but I can't put it there. There it went. Good to see you, Riff Raff. Yeah, it was just above freezing. The kids loved it because they went out to our little pond stuff, and they like to break the ice off it for some reason. Our little fountain gets ice, and so they go and get a hammer and start hammering away at all the ice. They have a blast doing it, so whatever is fun. Have I had any issues with the green red cat? I have not. I had that out again this weekend for a good hour running it on the trails, and I'm actually surprised by it. For being so big and what I thought would be top heavy, it handled really well. It was keeping up with my boys' Wraith 1.9s all day, which was shocking. Especially because a lot of people give it a really bad rap. I thought it handled pretty respectably. Yeah, Pilot Ryan, it is a rerun. Just trying to soak up as many YouTube ad dollars as I can during December when YouTube's paying well. I kid, of course. I broke the axle about 3 minutes into my run. Just a terrible, bad landing. Hit just right. Killed it. This one over here, that's a Traxxas Stampede. Kazuma says everyone talked bad about the Axials on the Red Cats, or the Red Cats. Yeah. Well, you get a lot of Traxxas people that talk bad about any company, and now they're in the crawler game as well. But I found that there's even worse. I feel like people haven't even tried the Red Cat stuff, but they're going off of like their old impersonation or impressions of Red Cat, and they're just not willing to try the new stuff, and it's pretty impressive. And Red Cat knows that they have to impress us, and they have to do it at a price lower than the other people because their name isn't quite yet there for people to buy based on name alone. And so what you're getting is you're getting some decent stuff at pretty good prices. In my opinion. But it is hard, like, you know, you just, for whatever reason, somebody's always talked bad about something, and that's all you've heard. I know with some people it used to be Walmart when it'd come to town. All they do is rag on it, and they'd never, ever step foot in there. I see him there now. Hey, Kevin Gibbs. Yeah, one of them up here. Up here, oh, so I have, this is my Freestyle RC, and this is my custom SMT10 metal chassis with the Drive RC body. If that's what you're seeing. Kazuma says facts are facts. He's getting the purple truck. There you go. They're awesome, man. I love the green one. I'm big into green stuff. Green, black, white. I love it. Sticker bomb colors. I think I'm pretty set on doing a sticker bomb rampage, or not rampage, Raminator body. I have that extra body. I think that's what I'm gonna do, is go with the Raminator being a sticker bomb on that custom one I have. So I'll see if I can't get it designed out a little better though. Kazuma says he might end up with both of them. There you go. I'm not going to say no to that. I just got a message from my buddy Josh at Hobbytown. He says that my exotic RC manga spirit is in. So I gotta go pick that up. That's that funky looking little 1/32 scale with the rails on it. In fact, I went to Hobbytown in Newport News while I took my mom to the doctor over there, and I was waiting for her. And they'd been sent one by the company. They had the buggy one, and so I drove it around the mini Z track there for a little bit. It was a little bit harder to steer. I think probably because it doesn't have the weight of the cab over the body like the semi truck does. It wasn't bad. It was just a little bit I noticed it. So I have ordered, for people that are wondering, I have gone ahead and ordered parts to do force steer on this. So that will be coming as soon as they start shipping all the parts that have been ordered. So I have another axle housing, and I have all the parts that would be required. I went through the manual and ordered all the different parts. Dang it. To do that. So there will be one coming soon for people that wanted to see that. I know that there was quite a few people. Yeah, RC for all, another late night. It's kind of my game. I do the late night game. I'd be a good late night talk show host maybe, because I do like the late hours. But yeah, no, it's I have to get this ready because I have to do on my lunch break the run for this competition. It's due Friday, so I just need to get a good run in. That's kind of what's happening here, honestly. No real good reason other than that as to why I'm burning midnight oil. So what's cool about these drive shafts is they only go on, I've noticed, one way. And that is so that you won't get it clocked off. You can't really get these on any other way. And so the way that they've got it clocked is so that the screw head on one side, on the other side is going to be the non-screw side, if that makes sense. Shoot, pulled it right off. So the part that threads on this side is going to be on the top, and on the other side will be on the bottom. So they're directly like inverse of each other. That's the only way it seems to go on. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I've experienced so far. And there's something to say for experience. But I need to twist it because I can't screw it in there. There. Which is smart if that's what they've done, because why have people putting theirs out of phase if you can control it? Just control it. And I think that's what they've done. Late night host finished by 5. Kevin Gibbs, do people in Monster Truck RC World do their own style graphics, or do they copy a real one-to-one mostly? Mixture. There's a lot of people that do their own, but there's a lot of people that love some of the trucks and they just copy it. They want to make a replica, basically, of it. I kind of like replicas, but I would love to drive a one-to-one sticker bomb, though. That'd be pretty sweet. If we could blow up this YouTube, instead of doing a Monster Max like Whistling Diesel, we do a full-size sticker bomb. Kind of be like the Identity Thief, but with the YouTube logo stuck all over it. I'd probably actually do it like Sticker Bomb 2.0, so I wouldn't be doing that kind of rip-off, but don't need two Gravedigger bodies out there. All right. Good morning, Darren Mead. The Axe system, if you guys haven't tried it, the Fusion system by Axe is amazing. I run it in my RGT right now, and I love it. Didn't really need it in the RGT because I didn't really need to save space, but there's just certain vehicles where it'll be awesome to not have to have that ESC because it's built right into the motor. There we go. Yeah, Riffraff, the side motor mount is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet indeed. And it works pretty well. I need to try it with some other tires just to see how they handle. I need to try... What did I do there? That was weird. I want to try it without a servo saver as well. See what I get for handling there. So I do get a little bit of walking with it. Tends to push to the right instead of the left like most torque steer does. But I would say it's definitely better. But I think also maybe a lighter diff fluid, because the thicker you go, the more twist you get as well. Which you really notice if you lock your axles and you get it standing up on the rear wheels, the way it spins. You guys experienced that before? All right, there it is. After this, I gotta fix the Kaiju. I have the parts for that, so I can rip that again, especially now the backyard's getting so much fun. So many fun things to hit. concentrating. I'm trying to do this a little faster than yesterday. Took quite a bit of time yesterday to swap all this out. See if we can't save a little time. Because ideally, I took out my APEP chassis too. I'd like to do some footage of that. Try and get it uploaded tonight. At this rate, it's looking like a slim possibility. Yeah, Kaiju or Mojave, they're way different. It's a tough to say for that, being so different. Why is that screw so long for that? That's what I got to work with. I guess we'll work with it. Seems like that would be a shock length screw. Maybe I ended up with something weird yesterday. Gotta remember that this isn't the first rebuild, this is the second. So things could have gotten put into different places then. All right, so now we do our shocks. And we are done. And then I get to go try not to break it. It's gonna be cold again. I got one more shot at it after that. Only one axle left. Where are my nuts at? I know. Here's one. Oh, the other one's in the wrench still. All right, last one. It's going to be outside. Okay. A Max D, I could see that happening. It's a pretty popular truck. Another fan favorite. And the way that these do that nose wheelie, you can do some tricks with it if they keep it nice and long like this one. So it sits up on the front. I could see that. All right, so I'm gonna, while I'm here, just go ahead and rebuild this other axle, being smart, so that I'm not doing it again. Got everything here. I'm up here. I might as well while it's fresh. Anybody here watching the Mandalorian series on Disney? It got really real the other day. Things got epic. No spoilers, but Kazuma says, stars me a line for that Max D. Yeah, Riff Raff, it's a tough choice, man. I love the Mojave. But I'll tell you that the way that the Kaiju handles, different field, but in the basher realm, I was blown away by how the Kaiju handles. So there's a few little fixes that people have already kind of gone over on how to make it more bulletproof. And they make these little slide over things for the drive cups if you have an issue with that breaking. I don't think I will on 4S, which is where I'm going to live most of the time with that truck. I don't think I'll have much of that issue. But the upper arms, I need to find out. Somebody was saying that they were running, in one of the videos I did, they said that they were running Arma upper arms. So I want to find out which set of upper arms they were running, because I would like to give that a whirl. So actually the only thing I need from this is the back of this case, because everything else about this is perfectly fine. It's just the back, and you guys can see here how that kind of broke. If it'll focus where you know you want to there. You can see right there at this edge where it kind of fades up to here, kind of peeled back the plastic. I really think there's a cold break looking at that, because none of the other ones broke like this. They're clean. They're just clean cracks. They're just straight off. They don't have this kind of feathering back of it, peeling back. At least I hope that's what it was. Had good luck with the other ones so far, so. Yeah, they do have them. I'm trying to get some. They had them on eBay, but they were price gouged for the metal uppers. I wasn't willing to pay price gouging prices for it, but the price that they had for them wasn't too bad, and I think that'll solve it. Somebody said they broke the turnbuckle then. You got to be doing something crazy to break that turnbuckle, I think. I don't know what they were doing, but that's a pretty good sized piece of metal. It's expensive to make the bodies and pop them and do everything with them, graphics. And then if they don't sell and they're stuck on shelves, there's a lot of wasted investment. You got to choose right when you do it. But then the thing is that you think that they'd sell, but then everybody's like, well, everybody's running that body. It's not special anymore. I want to get something custom made. So it's like Gravedigger. I think Gravedigger's cool, but it's like, well, everybody has it. As cool as a body as this is, I don't necessarily want to run it because everybody can run it that buys one. So if you want to stand out, it's difficult when they're mass produced. And so then you lose the sale to somebody like me. I do need metal axles for these. JMRC is right. Dun dun dun. Here we go with the removal of this. Hopefully. Nope. 1.5 will not work in these. I feel like they're not 1.5. I feel like they're, because this is a 1.5 wrench. This is another brand 1.5 wrench. Nothing. Nothing. That sucks. The hardest thing on this, the longest screw, and this fits perfect for some reason. Ridiculous. There's one other possibility. There's one. Come on, baby. Nope. 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 Completely stripped out to those. Great tight fit with this one. Oh no. Stripped. That could be the end. That could be the end. So this MIP is the only 1.5 that works with these. None of my other 1.5 wrenches do. I just took the expensive Vanquish one. It worked on one of the screws. That's nuts. That's gonna burn out my hand, is what it's gonna do. Let's see if now that I've loosened it, if it'll come. Kind of went at an angle to help bite it. I'm going to get these started and then do that. Oh, this screw may be toast. That sucks. So my options are limited. That's way in there. That's not an easy Dremel it out. Kind of fix. I don't think I have a torque bit that'll fit in there. So I think what I'll do is probably take out the axle and then use the spares that came with it. They weren't spares, they're the 0 toe version of them. But then I gotta find a bunch of these tall, long screws. Oh, I gotta get that bearing out of there too. Shoot. I'm gonna get this out. I get this drive cup out too. I think we can cheat it. Even if we want to do 3 screws and then just a shorter one, I think we'll be all right. Can probably pop this bearing out this way. Push this in. There it goes. Bearings out. So I wonder if I try a 2 mil in here now. Nope. Couple options would be to cut this away. Ain't worth it. That's what I say, it ain't worth it. So we're going to start all of these with this MIP. That seems to be the only one that works. And these kits came with a 0-degree angle, one of these as well. So we'll give that a go. Give it a test. It's pretty crazy. These are all expensive versions of tools. All right, see you, Rich Boy. Thank you for the super chat, man. Yeah, Kazuma's right. I could cut it away and then Dremel it. I don't know that it's worth it, though. Not when I have another option. I'm just going to give the other option a go and see what it's like, too. See if I like it better or not. Partly it. Man, glad that the channel's been helpful, Rich. That's always cool to hear. We're just, you know, having fun here. Not necessarily at the moment, but most of the time. Most of the time having fun here. And enjoying the hobby just like everybody else. It's a cool hobby. Cool hobby. So this is just going to be a direct swap over. I don't even need to do anything. That way I can keep all this together. But while I have it here, it's pretty good. All right. We got some cool new stuff coming. That'll be fun. Going with some of the wood ramps in the backyard. Should be interesting. So I just saved some of these outer plastic pieces, which is going to come in handy since I couldn't get that one off. So this will be perfect. Boom. Power says, I wish all the heads were cups so you can grab them once they're rounded out. Yeah. This will just be my backup. If I break the other one, I can also take the ends off of that if I don't like that 0 degree and just slap them on here. So what I'm doing is not permanent. Man, it feels like you definitely don't want to over tighten these. And I wonder if that too had anything to do with it breaking, if I had too much stress on it. Man never sleeps. Yeah, Kevin. I rarely sleep. Always something to be done. I got so many projects to get to. And I just took on a whole bunch more, which I'm super excited to show you guys. I got a whole bunch of stuff coming from J Concepts to show you guys. Basically, show and tell-ish. They're not mine. They're just on loan to show you guys what some of the stuff they have coming out is. So the new USA 1 is coming here, body, on a regulator chassis from J Concepts. Some of their new wheels for the SCTs. I think it's the Hawk. And that, which is the like sand tires, paddle tires. Cool stuff like that. Kind of cool how it happened. I was making that backflip ramp and just saying how I needed a couple more clod tires, and Jason said he thinks he could help me out. And then through that is sending a few things for me to take a look at and show you guys. Then send them back. It's pretty cool. I'm pumped for the USA 1 to see that thing. Looks so cool. The decals and everything they've got for it. Alright, so once again we're going to be missing one of these, which I think also right now I'm going to dump out my bag and see if I did stick it in there the other night. So yeah, couple little things to show. I think there's a Stampede coming with some of the options they have for the Stampede as well to show you guys. And then I'll have to be very careful with them and not break them and send them back. I was kind of like, have you seen how I drive these things? You sure you want to send that? Might want to reconsider that. I don't do half bad. I'm a little rough, but I know how to drive them. I might not have the exact control of a buggy racer, but I get on all right. Bulldog, I'm pumped for SMT parts I'm going to get for Christmas. Awesome. What parts are you getting? Do you know? Or you just have some requests in? I love my SMTs still. I mean, this thing's amazing out of the box. You can build the SMT-10 to be a pretty sweet truck, though. After I broke this one, guess what I took out? My APEP chassis. Beat that thing up. Tony Torture Tested Tough. Oh, you got 4 of them. The 4 T's. I can work on that. What did these bearings come from? Oh, yeah. I'm not forgetting something yet. Starting to get a little worried. Seeing some parts here. I gotta walk over to my desk here to get the parts. And this one just does not feel as smooth. I did something with that one. Here, I'll be right back. Let me grab those cups. All right, here we go. So they're the same things. They just don't have that angle to them. They're just straight. That's okay. Go. 2 bearings in. That's cup. What are you guys working on? Ooh, that's a squeaky bearing. Let's add a little grease. Ooh, it's coming apart. What'd you do? Time for a new bearing. So you know what this means? We're putting this one on the outside so I can get to it easier when I get my replacement in. Think through things. Got to be smart. Smarter, not harder. And I put the part that's falling apart in so it won't pop out. It'll be captured. We should be good. That should be good for a couple more years even, I'd say. I'd say. Bearings are overrated. Everybody's all worried about their bearings. That's one of those parts you'd never have to change, in my opinion. They put them in there when you got the car. Why would you want to change them? So all you racers out there should do. Never change your bearings. You'll be happy you didn't. Tell them I sent you. Come on now. Gotta find the drive cup. There it is. Finally. That didn't take a hot minute. This one's only going to get 3. Bearings only if they slow you down. Bearings don't slow you down. Just leave them in there. That's what I tell all the people I race with. If you don't get what I'm doing, I'm trying to tell my competition not to change your bearings. Because you definitely want to change your bearings. No, I don't top off my batteries. I just run them the same all day. I can make it the whole day without changing and charging my battery. Why would you want to charge your battery? I usually shugu my bearings. Just make sure they hold together. That's what you're missing out on, John. You haven't lived till you shugu your bearings. Every driver who's fast shugus their bearings. Uh-oh. Okay, so I had one of them in here. Alright. You guys can actually see, if you look at the hole, how offset they make it in the front here. Come on now. There, right up at the top. I don't know why I try. I give up trying. I gotta find that other one though. It's probably on my desk still. Yep, here it is. Hear me tripping on all this stuff on my floor. Camera bag, new buggy bag. Box with all my, and this one it's perfectly centered here. That hole in the middle. Try again. Yeah, you can't tell, but this one's offset. This side's thicker up here than over here. So we're going to use this one. Which we've just now got dirty. last piece here, and we will have put together 2 axles. And let's see, spin it to here. That slides on like that. There we go. Try and slowly start this one with the drill. That worked. Happy about that. Getting these with this power drill will be the biggest time save. This has been on all of them, the longest part is dealing with these hubs. So this has been awesome. If only they all work this easy. Uh-oh. That one's not cooperating past there. There we go. What's going on, 11 Charlie? Gotta keep your gears greased with a good coat of thick water. You definitely want to have that nice rust forming around all of your metal parts. Keeps everything lubricated to have that nice little rust formation starting on all your gears. They won't seize. In fact, sometimes I just take my axles off my truck when I know I'm not going to run it for a while, and I soak it in water till I need it again. Little saltwater bath. Just like we need it sometimes as humans, your axles will love you if you give it a nice saltwater bath treatment. All right. We froze it again? What will be noticeable? You know, some people like all their wheels to start out straight. What most people will tell you when you take a monster truck like this is that when you start them straight and then you go full power, they do kind of open, and so it actually opens up. So that's why they toe them in a little bit, so that when they're under power and they push, they'll straighten out. So this, I don't know if it'll give us a benefit in steering or where we get the benefit, honestly. Maybe a racer person would know that. Why you'd want to have no toe in the rear. John Martin, look in your direction. Come on now. That one's working. Bite. So if it's, which has more bite? If it's straighter to start with, or if it has a little bit of toe to start with? There it is. Bearing wasn't seated right. Now it is. Yes, I should should Loctite these, but in my mind, they're kind of captured when the wheel sits on them. So, 11 Charlie, hooah. Yes, put some sand in the gears if you've got any laying around. I've got some here on the desk if you need some. Put it in your grease bucket, get it in there so that you're always applying. It almost like a sandpaper, which is good. It takes off that rust that we've been wanting you to get on there. And it's a good thing. So you have the rust forming, and then you also are able to sand it off with your grease. These are all pro tips. Heard it here first. You'd be like the champion, winning all kinds of parts that you have to pay for because you destroy your stuff. Get that new car you always wanted by intentionally sabotaging your old one, so you have to buy a new one. All right. Jan, brother, how you liking your new DR10 oval rig? I liked it when I saw a picture of it. Compared to the other one, I like it. The size looks good. These are spare parts you do get as well. So you can do body posts and such. My LMT baggie. All right. 2 trucks done. Ready to go back and hit the track again. 2 a.m. What the crap? What happened to the day? What happened to the day? All right, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek here. You hanger-ons, it's late. What do I want to sneak peek you? That would be a good one to sneak peek. I can't show the whole thing because then I might not get to use it as my run. I don't know if I'm going to need it or not yet. We'll show you again. So for the RC Amigos Sleigh Smash, which is tough to say. I struggle with it every time I have to say it. We have to do a run, 40-second long run, 1 take, no crashes. Harder than you would think. Quite a bit harder than you would think. And I have, on my first time I did this event with him, I had to try so many times to get a decent full 40-second one. And it didn't end up being full 40 seconds. It was just close. This one, I went over 40 on my first run, and it wasn't too bad. So I'm going to kind of show you part of it, because I don't think I can show the whole thing. I want to save it for the event. I'm hoping that this isn't my final run, though. So maybe I should just show it to you, and then in doing so mean that I have to do a better one. Force myself. We'll see. So Jacob Dan, did I catch the MXPX live stream show? I did not. I wasn't home. And that's happened the last 2 shows. So, I hope to catch the next one. I watch a lot of the streams that they show later. The single songs and all that. All the time. Big MXPX fan. Have been since Pokin' At Ya Punks. Bad hair day. Can't get to sleep at night just thinking about the day that you'll be here. All right. What was I doing? Oh, yes. I have their B-side records from the beginning with like the 2 Siamese twin guys or whatever looking. Broken Bones. All those original little LPs. And then when I was younger, I bought doubles of every CD. So I have all of the original CDs unopened because I wore out so much. I thought I was going to wear out the originals that I had extras that I'd purchased so that I could always have it. We had no idea if things were going to go digital. So yeah. Had the original skateboard that they'd sold, belt buckle, all the junk. Where is that file? All right, here we go. Yes. All right, sneak peek for you guys. All right, make sure sound is on. So this is the first run. Let me tee it up here. That I did all day. First hit even was this hit. And we can't do slow-mo music, any of that. It has to be a raw run. In fact, Jacob, my son likes MXPX too. And for his birthday, I almost took him to one of the reunion shows that they had several years ago in Bremerton. All right, here we go. Got the moonwalk, first hit. Oh, it does have slow motion. What? It's not supposed to. I'd have to turn it off when I submitted it. This was all supposed to be filmed with my GoPro down at the ground level. As you can see, that long pole in the shadow did not work. So I was trying to keep it scale looking. None of those super huge double flips or airing it so big that it didn't look like a real truck would. But that'd have been more cool if that was ground level camera instead of this overhead. Santa Smash. Has to have 3 references to movies. So one is a little cardboard RV that I did from Christmas Vacation. Then that is Buddy the Elf fixing a sleigh that I made as a crushed sleigh out of tin foil. And here's the RV. And then on that yellow cars is supposed to be, there we go, even got a nice bicycle. Alright, so we'll end it there. So people won't know what else there is in the run. Thank you for slow motion, making that seem a whole lot cooler and longer of a tease than it really was from the actual run. So yeah, it's all right. It was a little, in my opinion, and when you watch it at full speed, it's a little, there's a big part there after I hit the backflip to moonwalk, then I hit another backflip. Then I kind of drive aimlessly a little bit, which I don't like. But then I hit the bicycle and some of the obstacles, and on the yellow crush cars I've taped a little Buddy the Elf, and then I'll just say something like the yellow ones don't stop or something like that, as a reference to Elf as well. So yeah, that's my run. Anyway, this has turned into an unexpected 2-hour live stream that I didn't expect to do, hence it being unexpected. But it's all good. You guys got to watch 3 sets of LMT axles be put together this week. You ain't seen that kind of content anywhere else on YouTube. I can guarantee you that. They are a nice looking axle though. I do like the look of it. Would you just look at it? So yeah. The reason that you don't see this elsewhere is these aren't out yet, so very few people have them. These are thick though. I really think if we loosen up the oil in the diffs, I think that it'll help with that little bit of pull that it still gets even with the sideways mounted motor, I think. See what Kevin gives? What is the weak point that I would fix? The axles. And that is not, I still think that they're more heavy duty than other axles out there for solid axle trucks that are plastic. You know, it's not more sturdy than a Freestyle RC or, you know, Vanquish ones or anything like that. But the stock AR60s, yes. Especially the diffs inside. So all the internals of these are great. This housing, it feels like it could use a little bit more reinforcement inside of it because, well, if you look at this gap right here, it can flex. You see it more coming inward. It's probably not going to play on video very well. But it opens and closes up a little bit here. Which can also have just some braces put in here to, if you just went underneath this with a brace, which is what Freestyle RC's done, and you run that under here with carbon fiber, that would keep that from twisting. Just stiffen up these 2 points, these outer points of the axle, and tie it together. And that should really remedy that break point that we're seeing. Especially if you tie in up here as well, and maybe go, one of them go inside, one of them go outside. Yeah, I think it could really be stiffened up. But overall, I mean, I've beat these things for 2 months in ways that I would never dream of beating my other trucks, and they've held up to it. So very impressive. So actually being straight like this does make it more like a Wraith axle. But yeah. RPM housing would flex more. There's plastics are softer. So I don't know if that's better. Unless they change the way that you access everything. Would be a possibility to not have this opening if somebody came up with a different way to mount the diff. But I like the way that it is built. But it seems like there'd be a way, even like Axial did, to maybe take this upper piece maybe and make it go out further to spread this gap so that this top piece would act as a brace between. Because right now, here, this actually kind of makes some sense to me now that I'm saying it out loud. This upper piece that they're using to mount your upper links or your steering servo will screw into here, the braces for it. If this was widened out to cover more of this axle, it would bridge this gap that's in here, that's the weak point, and it would stiffen it across. If it's screwed in at outer points here, that would remove some of that strain there. And in my mind, I think that would stiffen it up. Because you have these outer pieces here. There's 3 different face pieces, and then you've got this one long one that goes around here. But if you tied all that together over this span, I think you'd... They probably did it for ease of getting into things, but I don't know. It feels like if it came out further, it would bridge this gap where things tend to flex. If that makes sense to you. So somebody could even do that. How could they do that to this hole here on the full outer side? If they went underneath this, yeah, it'd almost be like braces. I wonder if I could make that for myself, where I just mounted something for now temporarily till Freestyle comes out with it. That was just a plate that went, I took out this screw and went from here over to these outer ones and just mounted it on top as a piece of metal that would just keep it from flexing. Things to think about. Almost like what a clodbuster does. With their axle. But there's this metal bracket here. If I could just go from this hole on the top out to these outer holes. Right there. So, what I am going to do is tonight, I'm going to soak this car in WD-40, that whole back axle, just in case. Because that one broke so fast, I don't quite get it. Now, my other ones I have had done clean downs and sprayed stuff with WD-40 after I've watered it, and so maybe I did get some WD-40 on there and it helped. Some people say it doesn't help. I don't think it hurts. It making it more flexible if it does. JMRC is actually saying the same thing. Soaking them in WD-40, soften them so they're not so stiff and won't crack. Maybe. Jacob, well, I mean, it's just a whole different world. If this was made in metal, this would be a whole different, whole different ball game. This is built to look like the real chassis or the real axles that are made, but they're made out of heavy duty steel, so little bit different ball game. And the smaller size, but they modeled it after that type of axle. Excuse me, little yawn. So, oh yeah, I was going to dump out these parts. Just see if I happen to have it in here. Just drive me crazy. But yeah, John Martin, I did plan to, after seeing what happened today, to take this one and just spray it down tonight and let it soak overnight in the garage. Who else keeps all their tools like this? When you need that special certain one on the trail, you just gotta dump your bag out. Don't worry, you won't lose anything. Bluetooth link for Castle. That'll come in handy. Throw it in. Servos. Might as well have 2 of them. Oh wait, no. Here's a Reef Raw. That's a good one. You want to throw that one in there. Servo extension. Yep. That's a good one. Chuck it in. Ooh, a couple of needle nose. Those will come in handy. Freestyle RC adapters. these go in tribute wheels. Okay. Couple axles. What is this? MIP? Nope. Looks like it though. Come on, be in here, piece. I don't think it's in here. So where? I wonder if I thought I had that piece, but maybe I broke it off when I had the brake. And I don't actually even have it. No, that's not the case. I looked in the video, it was in there. So where did it go to? Servo horns are in here. Yep, several of them. Here's a nice metal one. How many variations of needle nose do I need to keep in here? Apparently 5. One of the bags so heavy. Right. We got here Tactic. Oh, 2 Tactic receivers. Those are good. Well. Oh wait, no, there's another one. 6. 6 of them is what you want to carry. Holy crap, no wonder my bag is so heavy. How about one of them goes in there, one goes in here, maybe the small pair too, just for good measure. And I also have shock pliers. No wonder I don't have these in my toolbox though. My actual toolbox. Couldn't find any needle nose the other day. I know why. Velcro, not even the stick-on kind. What good is that? Brake light. Might need a sticker brake light. Those come in handy. Couple little pins here. Look like they'd go. Oh, see, good thing we have so many needle nose. Need to get these off the magnet. Drop them into the bottom of the bag. Those look like they'd go in for a 12mm hex, maybe? I don't even know. But it all goes back in. Those might have been for my SMT10 build. Oops. Oh well. They were on the bench, they get thrown in. Oh, big screwdriver. And then typically, this is what I'll carry this heavy screwdriver in as well. Yeah. Oh, servo tape. A little bit of that. Never harmed anyone. All right. All my screws are in a different bag. Little bin. But I do carry an assortment of those as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. It's a couple late nights in a row building LMT axles. I could be doing worse things with my life than hanging out with you guys building axles. It's a good time. Yeah, other set of needle nose for good measure. All right, put these away. I've gotten much better at putting my tools back away when I'm done. The Vanquish ones just stay here. I don't take them with me. I'd rather have the ones that have the ball end on them so I can get at stuff from an angle if I could only have one set with me. Here on my desk, I want to have the best ones. I don't want to lose them. The Vanquish are here. So, close this up. I wish there's a little zipper pouch in here that you could put these kind of things in. That would be awesome. Maybe I'll just throw a little zipper pouch in here. Maybe that's what I'll do. There we go. Feeling good about that. Good night, guys, and we will catch you next time.